If you lie, you can say whatever you want. You can.
No. I can't say what I want to say.
I do what You so funny. Y'all, so I'm gonna show y'all my you want some of my salad? I made pasta salad.
Look, it's ornament. Look, it's ornament.
What you mean? Show me.
It's ornament.
I feel like I got that water so fast. Oh my god. Ooh, Vicky, you nasty. Girl, excuse me. What the hell?
I've been farting.
I swear to God, that was not meant for nobody to hear, G. Girl, because I'm going to blame anybody that's around me at this point, especially if I'm on mic. Don't fart at me, Superior.
I do fart at you. I do cooker.
No, my farts do not stink though. That's the crazy part.
I do fart.
That stinks, huh? Yeah, but this is some good water. My fart smells like eggs and apples. Just my. I know that's right. So they said this girl is not pregnant. Is she not? Solon, are you there? Somebody look like it. Well, if you honestly don't care, then why is you on my stuff? Do you ever sit and ask what's your name? Your name is. You just a little girl that's gonna get blocked. You shouldn't be on my life anyway, baby. My nose is. I'm not having a pregnancy nose right now. Do I have any favorite perfumes? Yes, I do. My pregnancy nose will creep up on me at the end, so I don't care. That's what come with it. Natural, and then boom, the face gonna go back down. Cause Superior had me. You know what? He had me. Must have had me looking good. Someone got me looking good too. I was just sick in the beginning. Don't come in my life talking about everybody else. That's not what we're gonna do. No, I don't have morning sickness no more with him. Oh, my mom. Remember when I was feeling sick and I couldn't eat for nothing? Where you at, your boo? He never kicked me out. What are y'all talking about? I'm pregnant with my first and I'm dying. Woo! All you gotta do is get some tea tree oil and smell it. Just smell it all day. Hey. Joke's on you. You ate your food? Somebody said I would never be a parent teacher on. Why won't you be one? Is it because like you feel like you can't have kids, or what is the issue, sweetheart? When somebody says something like that, they don't try to get pregnant and they can't get pregnant. Right, Mom? Never be hung up like my man and me. What you watching? Another TV?
Yeah, regular.
You heard that shit too? Go! FAF. Salad. Check the bag. It ain't no bag. It's a box. I put the top on wrong, so let's not talk about me. It's not funny, that's why. What your parents think about it? What do my parents think about everything? I'm grown as a mother. They moved out their house at the youngest age, at the age of 17. You think they can ever tell me what to do? no goofy stuff. Last time I checked, my parents don't run my life. And if y'all ask me questions like that, I know for sure y'all parents are running y'all lives. That's a problem. If y'all just be so worried about y'all parents' opinion, then that's when y'all whole entire life into the ground. My parents are gonna care about this. Well, how old are you? Last time I checked, you wipe your own butt. I wish I would care about anybody's opinion in my family. The heck? Respect who? Love them to death. But y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know nothing about my background. Y'all don't know me from a can of paint. Don't sit there and say dumb stuff on this live. You respect your parents, okay? You worry about your parents, okay? I only get one of them, and I love them to death. Trust. They're my parents. Oh, I just know where this is gonna have me at. On the toilet. I'm grown. What the heck? Last time I checked, I'm 24. They ain't never paid a bill of mine. The freak? Okay, if 24 is not grown, then what is? Victoria, is 24 quite grown to you?
Once you pass 21, when you're 24, you're close to 30.
Yeah, I gotta get off of here.
I can't. You ain't even working out already.
But fuck off. I gotta get off here. Listen. I know y'all too. Hey, baby. You ready for me to do your hair? I don't even use microwave. You wanna see, baby? Say hi. You want some of this water? Say excuse me.
No, you're fine.
Okay, you lying now. Stop telling me. Boy, you a snitch. You a snitch. Get your fart in. I said, excuse me. I passed? If I said, excuse me, right? Pepper? Am I awesome? Swallow that now. Swallow that. You're gonna choke the shit out of yourself. Am I awesome?
Yeah, awesome.
You're awesome too. I'm awesome. You're way more awesome, bird.
I want to be an apple present. I want to be an apple on my head.
You want an apple on your head?
Yeah. I can see it. I can see my head.
Oh. My stomach hurts.
Apple head. It's not working.
Oh. You got a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Whew.
Wait, that's a black head. I want cowboy hat on my ear.
You want a cowboy hat on your hair?
Yeah. I get one. I want to over here.
No.
I want to see my cowboy hat.
You want to say thank you? Say thank you.
I got cowboy hat.
Say thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Say thank you for the cowboy hat.
You need to get the hat. I have cowboy now. Hat.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Say what's Sam?
Sam.
Say how you doing?
How you doing?
Say I might get off of here.
I'm up here.
Say yeehaw.
Yeah.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say see y'all later.
See you later.
Okay.
Neveah is making headlines and not quietly. Very pregnant and completely unbothered. She's standing 10 toes down against the one group you'd expect her to lean on the most, her parents. In a moment that's now going viral, Neveah boldly declares, "I don't care what they think," sending shockwaves through her family and the internet alike at a time when emotions are high and support is everything. Neveah is choosing independence over approval, and it's causing serious tension behind closed doors. Her parents, reportedly stunned, hurt, and struggling to understand how things escalated this far. But Neveah isn't backing down. Not now. Not ever. Is this a story of strength or stubbornness? Is she protecting her peace or pushing away the people who care most? As the drama unfolds, one thing is clear. This isn't just about pregnancy. It's about control, choices, and the consequences that come with both. Neveah's story didn't just explode overnight. It's been building, moment by moment, decision by decision, until everything finally reached a breaking point. And now, with her pregnancy front and center, every choice she makes is being watched, judged, and talked about louder than ever from the outside. It might seem simple. A young woman, very pregnant, choosing to live life on her own terms. But behind that bold statement, "I don't care what my parents think," is a much deeper story filled with tension, emotion, and years of complicated family dynamics, according to those close to the situation. Things between Neveah and her parents hadn't been smooth even before the pregnancy. There were disagreements about lifestyle, friendships, priorities, and the direction her life was taking. Her parents, like many, had a vision of stability for their daughter's education, structure, and a certain timeline for major life decisions. Neveah, on the other hand, had a completely different outlook. She wanted freedom. She wanted control. And most importantly, she wanted to make her own choices, even if that meant making mistakes along the way. When news of her pregnancy first came out, it reportedly hit her family hard. For her parents, it wasn't just about becoming grandparents, it was about fear. Fear that Neveah wasn't ready. Fear that she didn't have the support system or stability needed. Fear that her future might take a harder path than necessary. They tried to step in to offer guidance, advice, and, in some cases, tough love. But that's where things started to fall apart. What her parents saw as concern, Neveah saw as control. What they thought was guidance, she interpreted as judgment. Conversations quickly turned into arguments. Advice started to sound like criticism. And before long, the communication between them began to break down completely. Those close to Neveah say she felt cornered. She felt like no matter what she did, it would never be enough to satisfy her parents' expectations. So instead of trying to meet those expectations, she chose a different path. She decided to stop seeking their approval altogether. That decision, however, didn't come without consequences. As her pregnancy progressed, so did the emotional distance between her and her family. Moments that could have been filled with support doctors' visits, planning for the baby, preparing for motherhood, were instead overshadowed by silence, tension, or outright conflict. Family gatherings became uncomfortable. Conversations became short or non-existent. And the bond that once held them together began to feel more fragile than ever. Still, Neveah remained firm. In her eyes, this wasn't about rebellion, it was about survival. She believed that in order to truly step into motherhood, she had to trust herself first. She had to believe that she was capable, even if no one else did. And for her, that meant blocking out the noise even when that noise came from her own parents. But not everyone sees it that way. Online, opinions are split. Some people are praising Neveah for her strength, calling her brave for standing up for herself during such a vulnerable time. They argue that every woman has the right to make decisions about her own life and her own body, regardless of family pressure. To them, Neveah represents independence and resilience. Others, however, are far more critical. They believe that pushing away family, especially during pregnancies, risky and unnecessary. They argue that her parents' concerns likely come from a place of love, not control. And by shutting them out, Neveah could be losing a valuable support system that she may need more than she realizes, especially once the baby arrives. And that's the heart of the debate. Independence versus support. Because while Neveah is clearly determined to stand on her own, the reality of motherhood is something no one can fully prepare for alone. Late nights, emotional stress, financial responsibilities, these are challenges that even the most prepared individuals struggle with. And without a strong support network, those challenges can become even heavier. But Neveah doesn't seem to be thinking that far ahead, at least not publicly. Right now, her focus appears to be on the present, on maintaining her sense of control, on proving to herself and everyone watching that she can do this her way. And every time she repeats those words, "I don't care what they think," it reinforces that mindset even more. Still, there are moments, small, almost unnoticeable cracks where the weight of everything she's carrying seems to show. A pause in her voice, a shift in her tone, a look that suggests that maybe, just maybe, things aren't as simple as she makes them sound. Because the truth is, situations like this are rarely black and white. It's possible for her parents to care deeply and still come across as controlling. It's possible for Neveah to be strong and independent while also feeling hurt and misunderstood. Both things can exist at the same time. And when they do, it creates a kind of emotional conflict that's incredibly difficult to resolve. As the due date gets closer, the stakes are only getting higher. Will Neveah continue to stand her ground, even if it means facing motherhood without her parents by her side? Or will there be a moment where both sides step back, reflect, and find a way to reconnect before the baby arrives? For now, there's no clear answer. All we know is that Neveah is holding on to her independence with everything she has, and her parents are left watching, hoping that somehow, some way, they can still be a part of her life when it matters most. Because in the end, this isn't just about one bold statement or one viral moment. It's about a family at a crossroads, a young woman stepping into one of the biggest roles of her life, and the complicated emotional journey that comes with both. And this is only the beginning. The tension between Neveah and her parents didn't magically appear overnight. It's the result of years of miscommunication, differing values, and clashing expectations. What makes this story even more complicated is that it's unfolding at one of the most pivotal times in her life, her pregnancy. Every decision she makes now carries more weight, not just for her, but for the family dynamics around her and the life she's about to bring into the world, according to sources close to the family. Neveah's parents had always hoped she would follow a path they considered safe and responsible. This included finishing her education, securing stable employment, and making life choices that aligned with their traditional values. While these expectations may sound reasonable for Neveah, they always felt restrictive. She wanted freedom, and she wanted to feel in control of her own life. For years, she made small choices that slowly chipped away at their relationship choices about friendships, lifestyle, and even the way she spent her time. Each decision wasn't necessarily rebellious on its own, but over time, the accumulation created tension and resentment on both sides. When the pregnancy was confirmed, the stakes instantly escalated. Her parents reportedly reacted with a mix of shock, worry, and disappointment. They were concerned not just about the pregnancy itself, but about Neveah's readiness to handle the immense responsibility of becoming a parent. They felt a strong urge to step in, offer advice, and in some cases, enforce boundaries. They feared that Neveah's choices could have long-term consequences for both her and the baby. But Neveah didn't see it that way. To her, her parents' intervention felt like judgment. Every suggestion sounded like criticism. Every warning sounded like doubt. And what her parents saw as care, she saw as a challenge to her independence. That's when the phrase, "I don't care what they think," became more than a statement. It became a mantra. This stance, while empowering on the surface, has added layers of complexity to an already emotionally charged situation. Family members report that arguments have become more frequent, with disagreements escalating quickly into heated confrontations. Even small conversations like discussing baby names or nursery ideas sometimes end with doors being slammed or words being left unsaid. Neveah, committed to maintaining her autonomy, is unwilling to back down, and her parents are struggling to figure out how to reach her without pushing her further away. Friends and acquaintances close to Neveah describe her as resilient and fiercely independent. They note that she's been preparing for motherhood in her own way, researching parenting strategies online, building a support network outside her family, and setting boundaries to protect her mental and emotional health. But they also acknowledge the challenges she faces. Pregnancy is physically, emotionally, and mentally taxing. Doing it without the full support of her parents adds a layer of difficulty that few can truly understand. Social media has added another dimension to this story. Videos, photos, and posts about Neveah have circulated widely, sparking intense debate. Some viewers admire her courage, celebrating her refusal to let family judgment define her. They see her as a symbol of empowerment, someone who is taking charge of her life despite the pressure surrounding her. Others are critical, arguing that she should consider her parents' perspective and the value of family guidance during such a crucial period. The comment sections are filled with a mix of support and criticism, reflecting the polarized opinions on independence, family loyalty, and responsibility. Neveah's own reflections on the situation reveal a mix of pride and vulnerability. She often posts about her journey toward self-reliance, emphasizing that her decisions are made with careful thought and consideration. At the same time, there are hints of loneliness in her message's acknowledgement that standing alone, even for the sake of independence, isn't always easy. Her story resonates with many young adults who face similar struggles, balancing personal freedom with family expectations and figuring out how to assert themselves without burning bridges. While the situation is challenging, there are glimmers of hope. Some sources say that Neveah has started exploring ways to reconcile with her parents, even if it's gradual. Simple gestures, like updating them on doctor appointments or sharing small milestones in her pregnancy, may be small steps toward rebuilding trust. These attempts show that even in moments of defiance, the desire for connection and family support hasn't disappeared completely. The upcoming months will be crucial. As the pregnancy advances, Neveah will face decisions that could have long-lasting effects. Choices about prenatal care, birthing plans, and postnatal support will test her resolve and her ability to navigate the complexities of her relationships. The dynamic with her parents may shift as the reality of welcoming a new life brings both tension and opportunity for growth. Experts in family dynamics note that situations like Neveah's are not uncommon. Conflicts between young adults and parents often intensify when major life changes occur. Pregnancies, career shifts, or moves away from home can expose underlying issues that had been simmering for years. Resolving these conflicts requires patience, empathy, and a willingness from both sides to see the other's perspective. For Neveah and her parents, the path to reconciliation may not be linear, but it is possible if both parties remain open to understanding each other. Ultimately, Neveah's story is more than just a family conflict. It's a powerful narrative about autonomy, resilience, and the challenges of growing up while navigating life's unexpected turns. Her decision to prioritize her own perspective, even in the face of parental disapproval, reflects a deep desire for self-determination. But it also highlights the delicate balance between independence and the support that family can provide as the world watches Neveah's journey. One thing is clear: this story isn't just about her pregnancy or her family disagreements. It's about finding strength in the face of adversity, making choices that align with personal values, and learning how to navigate complex emotional landscapes. Her story will likely continue to spark conversation, debate, and reflection not just among those who know her personally, but among anyone who has faced the challenge of asserting themselves while maintaining connections with loved ones. In the coming weeks, as her due date approaches, all eyes will be on how Neveah handles the challenges ahead. Will her parents step back and allow her space? Or will they find a way to engage without conflict? Will Neveah maintain her stance? Or will the pressures of pregnancy and impending parenthood create new opportunities for connection? The answers remain uncertain. But one thing is undeniable. Neveah's story is a compelling example of the struggles and triumphs that come with growing up, making independent choices and facing life-altering events with courage. Neveah's journey is far from over. Every post, every interaction, and every decision will continue to shape not only her own future, but also her relationship with her family and her child. For now, the message is clear. She is standing her ground, embracing her independence and preparing to face the next chapter on her own terms. And whether her parents understand or not, Neveah is proving that sometimes the path to adulthood is about making bold decisions, even when the people closest to you don't always agree. This story is a reminder that family conflicts, especially during pivotal moments, are rarely simple. They involve layers of emotion, history, and individual values that don't always align perfectly. And in Neveah's case, her pregnancy has amplified every underlying tension, creating a situation that is as complex as it is emotional. But if there's one lesson to take from Neveah's experience, it's this: asserting independence doesn't mean cutting off love entirely. It means navigating life in a way that feels true to oneself, while still leaving room for connection, growth, and understanding. And in the case of Neveah and her parents, the coming months may show whether that balance is possible, or whether the divide will continue to grow as she prepares to welcome a new life into the world. Her story isn't just drama. It's a real, raw glimpse into the challenges many young adults face, and a powerful reminder that the journey to self-reliance is often messy, emotional, and filled with difficult choices. As Neveah's due date approaches, the tension between her and her parents has reached a critical point, while she continues to stand firm in her independence. There are signs that both sides are beginning to reflect on what's really at stake. For her parents, it's the desire to be involved and supportive while respecting Neveah's boundaries. For Neveah, it's about protecting her sense of autonomy and preparing herself to step into motherhood on her own terms. Friends close to Neveah report that she has been carefully planning every aspect of her pregnancy and the life she envisions for her child. From setting up a nursery to researching parenting strategies, she's focused on taking proactive steps to ensure her baby's well-being. This preparation, however, hasn't erased the underlying tension at home. Every conversation with her parents carries the potential for disagreement, and the emotional stakes are higher than ever. Even though her mantra remains, "I don't care what they think," there are moments when the reality of the situation brings vulnerability. Pregnancy is not just a physical experience, it's emotional, mentally demanding, and life-altering. For Neveah, facing these challenges without full family support is a test of her resilience. At the same time, her parents are struggling to reconcile their desire to help with the need to respect her choices. This delicate balance has led to awkward interactions, unspoken frustrations, and moments of mutual misunderstanding. Social media continues to amplify the drama. Clips of Neveah speaking her mind, posting about her pregnancy, and asserting her independence have gone viral, sparking debate among fans and critics alike. Some admire her courage and see her as a role model for self-empowerment. Others worry she may be isolating herself from crucial support during a vulnerable time. The online attention adds another layer of pressure, as Neveah now navigates public scrutiny in addition to personal conflict. Despite these challenges, there are glimmers of hope. Small gestures like occasional updates to her parents or sharing milestones suggest that communication isn't entirely broken. Experts in family dynamics emphasize that reconciliation doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process of rebuilding trust, setting boundaries, and fostering understanding. For Neveah, even incremental progress could make a meaningful difference once the baby arrives. Looking ahead, the coming weeks will likely define the family dynamic moving forward. Will Neveah's parents find a way to engage without triggering conflict? Will Neveah continue to maintain her independence while gradually opening the door for support? The answers remain uncertain. But one thing is clear: the journey is as much about relationships as it is about motherhood. Neveah's story is a raw, honest depiction of the struggle between personal autonomy and family expectations. It highlights the emotional complexity of young adulthood, pregnancy, and the difficult choices that come with life-altering events. While her declaration of independence makes headlines, the reality is nuanced. She is navigating uncharted territory, learning what it means to be a mother, a daughter, and an independent individual, all at the same time as Neveah prepares for the next chapter of her life. Her journey serves as a reminder that independence, resilience, and family support are not mutually exclusive. The challenge lies in finding the balance that will shape her experience as a mother and her relationship with her family for years to come. Her story is far from over, and the world will be watching closely as she steps into motherhood on her own terms. Neveah's story is far from just another viral moment. It's a real-life glimpse into the challenges many young adults face when navigating independence, family expectations, and life-changing events like pregnancy. Her journey reminds us that standing firm in your beliefs isn't always easy, especially when the people you love most don't see things the way you do. But it also shows the power of resilience, self-reliance, and courage when making decisions that shape your future. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think about Neveah's situation? Should she